This week on Now Here with Chris and Kell.
Where are we? We're in Chacala.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Okay.
Okay, today we depart from San Blas. Had a great time here.
Have the bumps to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go to a place called Chacala, which should be a very delightful treat for the eyes. Oh my god.
Feeding frenzy?
Well, like they're going after all these little fish. Come look. You can see the little fish on top that they're going after. And they're slightly bigger, and then this guy's eating the big fish.
Get some.
Look at him.
So much activity here in San Blas.
Oh man.
I think we really made the most of our stay. We did a lot of things.
Yeah, we saw all the sights. I'm ready to go. I would definitely recommend this place, but bring your bug spray. That's about the only negative I have for it.
Okay, fire it up.
All right, you gonna go up on the bow and get us out of here?
Yep, I will. Hold please.
Ready?
Ready?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a big clump of dirt we got.
I swear I just saw like an earthworm come off of it. Yeah, I was definitely in there.
Yeah, we grabbed a piece of San Blas to take with us.
All right, so we'll drag it for a bit.
Okay.
Bye, Matt!
Bye, Matthew. Unfortunately, our friend Matt was heading the opposite direction of us, so it was bye for now. Hopefully, we meet up again with him next season. We drag our mantis anchor for a bit and release the bite of San Blas from the hook. Then wind it up with our windlass and secure it to the bow.
We're about to go under or over the top of this weird little spot in the charts that's only 5 meters deep, so pretty shallow. I guess you can consider that kind of playing with fire, but it is on every chart more than deep enough, and I thought that might be a spot you might be able to snag a fish. So I thought we should go over it. We'll be there shortly. We'll see how shallow it actually gets. Right now it's 60 feet in depth. 32, 31. Come on, fishy, fishy. And there's 18. We have a 6-foot draft. 16. These are the exciting things you do on passage to keep you busy and your mind occupied. Let's see if we caught a fish. Not on that side. Not on that side either. The gambit failed. Back to staring at nothing. Luckily, this is a short passage. We only have another 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours until we arrive in Chacala, and it's supposed to be quite spectacular, so I'm looking forward.
We were both really looking forward to the next anchorage, except for the fact that we were told you had to set a stern anchor due to the incoming swell, and we had never done that before. So here we are getting as prepped as possible.
Ready to do a stern anchor?
As ready as I'll ever be. Chris spends the next few minutes getting our road sorted out and securing it to our stern anchor.
So we have it in 4 bunches, roughly equal. Let's head in and let's get ourselves situated and find a good spot, and then we'll worry about the stern anchor.
Okay, this is Chacala. And for like the first time ever, we weren't the only boat here. As we approached, we saw a fair number of other boats, some we even recognized. We found a good spot to set our main anchor. Now time for the stern anchor.
The plan is to pay all this out, and then drop anchor.
Chris climbs into the dinghy with the stern anchor and pulls the boat into the direction we want to be facing. Drifter is now pointed straight into the wave action, so Chris can drop our anchor now. Phew, that seems to have been successful. Now he makes his way back to the boat.
It's exciting how you get to like have a theory and then see how well it executes. Much like when I built the boat itself.
Next, we'll pull the boat slightly forward using our windlass to tighten the slack between the 2 anchors.
Okay, I'm gonna just start bringing in the windlass, and we want to get about to Blue, the second blue.
Okay.
All right.
I ended up putting the camera down, but basically we think our anchor slipped and reset on its own using the roll bar, which is exactly what it's designed to do. So go Mantis!
All right, let's bring the dinghy back up.
Okay.
The anchor line is deployed. The forward anchor is no longer slipping and causing massive panic.
Yeah, that was extreme.
I think we're all set. We can turn off the engine and call it ourselves here.
Okay. Sounds good.
Not terrible for our first attempt. We'll see how it goes.
Now we just wait.
Yeah,
Just
we're
see what
behind
happens.
everybody.
We are. Feels a little odd. We're the odd duck out here.
It is. We're still in 20 feet of water at low tide. The only thing we really have to worry out here is if the waves break this far out.
Yeah, which
But
they might.
if you look here, where we're sitting is barely back from other people's anchor spots. Like really, it's no farther back than these guys.
Move your hand so I can zoom. Okay.
See, these are people's anchor spots before, and they were fine. So we are farther in than them, but I think we'll be...
I bet one boat just got here and sort of set the precedent for other boats. Okay. We are here!
We've done it! And now I'm tired, I'm ready for a nap.
Chris then took a well-deserved nap, and we spent the rest of the evening making sure both anchors would hold, and Drifter would play nice with the wave action. The following morning, we had big plans.
We are. Where are we? We're in Chacala.
I'm gonna go take a piss.
Okay. And we're gonna go on a hike this morning with some friends from Canada.
Their names are Jacqueline and Mark, and yeah, we are gonna meet up with them, go on a hike. Should be about 45 minutes each way, and then possibly see the town afterwards. So it's good to be here. Heading in, got our garbage. As we headed towards shore, we could see all the other boats start to do the same. We weren't exactly sure where to land the dinghy, so we followed our friends into shore. It's really helpful knowing someone who knows what's up. Our guidebooks don't have all the answers. We made it to shore, pulled in our dinghy to safety, and put on our shoes for the hike, along with everyone else. Chacala is a beach town set in a small cove along the Pacific coast of Mexico. The name means where there are shrimp. The population consists of approximately 300 full-time residents, but can swell to over 1,000 during Mexico's most popular vacation periods, such as Semana Santa, or Holy Week. Fun fact, that happens to be the week we're here. Chacala is known for its physical beauty and unhurried lifestyle. Today, our adventure begins at La Playa, or the beach, and would lead us all the way to the top of the hill overlooking the bay. Here we go! We take off from the beach through a cute little campground that we later discovered has a very secluded and charming beachfront restaurant. The trail was pretty obvious and well marked, which was a relief because Chris and I aren't exactly known for our navigational skills. Being on the mainland was so different from the Baja. We had traded in the desert for lush tropical green, and it felt refreshing to be in such a vibrant landscape. We had reached the top of the hill, which was also the end of the trail. The view of the boat sitting pretty in the anchorage was well worth the climb. Moments like these are rewarding in so many ways. We all hung out for a bit and then descended back into town. We were charmed by Chacala. This little town had a lot of life and character. So glad we stopped. Despite our major apprehension in having to deal with the surf, who knew setting a stern anchor would be such a game changer for us?
Holy blankets!
I guess it doesn't take much to impress us these days.
Kale, man. When's the last time you saw kale?
Haven't. We did not purchase any kale, because I think kale is gross, but we did enjoy a delicious lunch at this place. I ordered sweet potato fries and a falafel wrap. I know, weird choice, but it was featured on the menu, and variety is the spice of life. Chris ordered a more generic sandwich, but it had bacon on it, and as we know, everything is better with bacon. We left satisfied. I would totally recommend ordering a falafel in Mexico.
Had a lovely brunch after the hike. Now we're gonna go get some drinks that aren't water for the boat because I think we're both water fatigued. But look at this place. How great is this? This is kind of Saturday, the first day of something called Semana Santos. Semana Santa? Yeah. It's basically the Holy Week before Easter, and it's a very large Mexican beach holiday for a whole week. And every place is supposed to be crazy and fun. So looking forward to that. Tonight, while we're in the same anchorage, some people we've been chatting with for a long time, we're gonna go out and have some din-din. So looking forward to that. There might be cocktails.
All right, ladies and gents, now commences the episode's drinking game. Take a swig for every time one of us says cocktail.
There might be tequila. There might be cerveza. There will be all of the above.
A few moments later.
Heading back to the boat, we got a bag of ice. What have we learned? No one puts prices on anything in Mexico.
There must be a reason
Here,
for that.
here. I mean, it wasn't bad. We spent 190 pesos on 3 big bottles of Coke and 2 little bottles of fake Coke and a big bottle of soda water and this bag of ice. So 190 pesos is like 11.50. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
We made it back to the dinghy, and Chris carefully glides it down into the water. The camera doesn't do a great job illustrating this, but it's a pretty steep slope. Glad we upgraded Paul with his sweet wheels. This is another one of those awkward things about living on a boat. Could you imagine dragging out your car just to get on the road? And then having to take off your shoes before you get in? Great, hop on in. And literally hopping into your ride? Oh, and instead of avoiding potholes, we'll be dodging buoys and fishing nets on our way home. Along the way, we stopped by our friend's place. They were about to run their water maker and had some extra gallons aboard that they generously offered to us, after learning of the saga that is our water maker. It's good practice to run your water maker every 3 to 5 days to keep the membrane fresh. Since they needed the room in their tank for fresh water, we got the goods. Thanks, guys!
Well, so far in Chacala, it's a gorgeous spot, and we've met some really cool people, but sadly, like ships in the night, we're going in opposite directions. So a lot of them are leaving tomorrow because there's a nice little window for them to go north. So we're gonna go out and have some dinner tonight. Maybe a few cocktails to enjoy the town. It's Saturday night, a great night to go out. The sun's about to set. I really need deodorant. This is one of those times when smell-o-vision's a bad idea. So we get the dinghy ready and head into town, and then we'll meet them all for dinner at 6 and cocktails. Sunsetters. Sunsetters. Sundowners. Downing sunsetters.
Alright, Paul's church.
The dinghy landing is a little wild. You have to like pull up here, and there's a bunch of children playing, which is their prerogative, but it makes it difficult. And then the water kind of swirls around. You gotta drag it up over those rocks and this big old lip, but we did it.
First stop, find Chris some deodorant. 2 tiendas and some funny hand gestures later, we had some success.
This is how the cool kids do it when they run out of deodorant. They just run into
The local
Super
La
La
Roca.
Get them some wolf thorn.
And apply that everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how's that
Especially to the grundle. It's important. It's important to get deep down in the grundle, Kelly.
Yep.
Go ahead and Google that if you don't know what one is. You'll thank me later.
My advice to you, do not Google that. We arrived at the restaurant, Chacala, and guess what? We had some cocktails.
So with my English background,
We also had some good conversations and delicious food with great people, other cruisers just like us. It was an experience we've been looking forward to for quite some time.
in America, it's our cheap fish. What? Like in America, cheap fish.
Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Hopefully, it wasn't bye forever, but it was so long for now. Okay. Nice shot of your butt.
Dude, I gotta say, that was a little rough.
Yeah, well, we got out. Had a little trouble there. So now we gotta navigate through these moorings for the pangas, and then...
You can see the floats right there.
Kind of,
That's
yeah.
all we gotta dodge.
Okay.
And we're all set.
All right. Tally-ho.
My balls are wet and salty. Pretty fun night, though. It's a bit of a bummer when you meet some fun people and they're going the wrong direction. That happens to you a lot, though, when you're cruising, so you gotta get used to it.
The following morning, we woke up to sounds of engines and anchor chains. Just about everyone in the anchorage was shipping out and heading north. We had a lot of fun last night and met a lot of cool people, and now they're all leaving us. Either we're headed the wrong direction or they are, but the numbers are on their side. Kinda sucks. Status update, just hanging out on the boat today. It's Sunday. We are making some granola here, and Chris is outside scrubbing the bottom. We had a fair bit of growth on the bottom, but the water was a little too chilly and murky in San Blas to get the job done. Fortunately, Chris was able to tackle that here. He also inspected the prop and how our paint job was holding up.
It's really warm. The water is really warm here. There's a fair bit of soft growth. Not really that bad. It honestly doesn't even need to be brushed off, except for the prop. That's what I'm working on right now.
Cool.
There's a few hard barnacles on things, but really not bad.
Nice.
So overall, it's still holding up well, which it should be because it's only been on there for like 3 months.
A lot of action on the beach today. These guys. These freaking guys. The following morning.
It's Monday morning. I'm headed to the port captain's office. It's probably good to check in. Wearing pants and a button-up shirt. Looking presentable. It was a little tricky getting off the dinghy because I'm wearing pants. But the Penga guys let me tie up to the dock, so hopefully it'll be all right and it doesn't rub up against a bunch of concrete all day. Anyway, we're gonna head in and get ourselves legalized for this port. Easy enough, and for the first time in a long time we have like a departure documentation. So then we get to the next place, we can just turn that in. The Marine will want to have that if we ever do get into one in the Banderas Bay.
Later that evening, we went out for cocktails at Mahahua.
Where do you want to sit, dude? This place is great. Drifters right over there, hiding to the right. Who knew this was even here? Yep, this is basically like a Corona commercial. Look, it's like the sun is setting into my beer. How about that? The magic's in the bottle.
This place had a stunning view. The beer was cold and the drinks were made right. By this point in our cruising life, we had seen a lot of sunsets, and honestly, they never get old.
Still have never seen a green flash. Pretty great spot, nice ambiance. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's do it. A walk back, a delightful walk back in the evening on Mosquites. I just make up words. Why are you going so fast?
I don't want to get eaten.
You're covered in bug spray.
I feel them on my body.
Chacala at night, a lot more like raw and real. You can still get water floaties, but there's water on the ground too. And the agua fresca is not cold anymore. It's real life. Okay, heading back. Gonna call it a night because we leave bright and early and we gotta remove the stern anchor and hope to God we can get it up. I struggle because I'm in my middle ages now. It used to be not a question, but I like my odds.
Tomorrow, we'd be taking off again for somewhere new. Subscribe to follow along and see where we end up. That's assuming we can get out of here. Keep watching for this week's blooper reel, sponsored by our patron, Andy. Chris is taking a piss, as previously stated. Now Chris is pumping that toilet. I don't know if you can hear it. Boat life.
Purchase some anti-stink goo for my pitaloos.
It's a lot of made up words.
Pitaloo?
Stinkaloo, pitaloo.
Stink goo. Anti-stink goo. It's the opposite of stink goo. You don't want that. Help me, I'm stuck. I speak English even though I live in Mexico. That makes sense, right? Would you like to see my set? Oh, wait a second. seem to be lacking a set. I might be a lady. Fooled you. That's hilarious.